The Mexican plan to repopulate Texas was going well. Perhaps too well. The government of Coahuila y Tejas had planned on luring 3,000 families to settle between the Sabine and Red Rivers and the Rio Grande to help it recover from decades of war, raids, and neglect. These immigrants would also transform it into a productive region, like Nuevo Santander, Nuevo Leon, or Coahuila. Colonists of many countries would also serve as a blocking force to Comanche raiding parties that were crossing beyond the Rio Grande into the richer regions of the nation. Mexican officials believed it would take 15 to 20 years for this program to reach maturity, with perhaps 1,000 people a year coming to Tejas. Well, they reached that goal in 5 years. Impresario contracts had been issued at an alarming rate. Unaffiliated peoples, too, had also crossed into Tejas. Clearly, officials underestimated the energy and drive of desperate Americans and ambitious entrepreneurs. The government in Mexico City had now taken notice. The Fredonian Rebellion in Nacogdoches 2 years before had officials especially worried. President Guadalupe Victoria sent a trusted veteran officer and hero of the War for Independence, General Manuel de Mier y Teran, to investigate. His mission was not only to clarify the long border between Mexico and the United States that stretched for 100 miles from the bend of the Sabine River north to the Red River, but also to catalog the people and resources of Tejas. Mier y Teran arrived in Bear on March 1, 1828. He and his team of scientists and military officers spent the next 2 years prowling Tejas. What he saw was alarming. For every Mexican Tejano, there were 5 newcomers from the United States. Nacogdoches was essentially an American town. Mexican Tejanos there, which Mier y Teran described as corrupt, ignorant, and lethargic, were outnumbered 10 to 1. Even so, the Mexican Tejanos controlled local political offices and used their positions to take advantage and exploit the American immigrants. Trouble was brewing. The American Tejanos resented and outnumbered the Mexicans. The area around Nacogdoches was becoming thickly populated with immigrants. Most had come in on their own. Most also wanted to create a new state, Texas, within the Republic of Mexico. Mier y Teran distrusted these people. He believed many were cunning and unruly criminals and drifters, although he admitted some were honest and hard-working farmers and craftsmen. He did admit that the Americans seemed more progressive and better informed than the Mexican residents of Nacogdoches. These American Tejanos seemed a little arrogant as well. The newcomers believed they had rights, just like under the U.S. Constitution, that were being violated by the locals. They seemed to have forgotten they now lived in Mexico. In his 1829 report, Mier y Teran urged the government to pay attention to trouble brewing in Tejas before it was too late.